They don't shout. They don't threaten. They simply twist the truth, just enough to make you doubt your own mind. It happens in boardrooms, in relationships, on screens glowing late into the night. You walk away from a conversation, uneasy, something feels off, but you can't quite name it. You start questioning yourself. Was I wrong? Or did someone just play me like a quiet game of chess? This is where the manipulation begins. Philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once said, "The truth is rarely on the side of the louder voice." He wasn't speaking about politics or business. He was speaking about human nature itself. He saw how words could become weapons, how logic could be bent to break another person's confidence. He mapped out the subtle psychological tricks people use, not to enlighten, but to win. 10 of them. 10 invisible tactics that can make even the smartest mind surrender. And here's the truth most people never realize. These tricks are not rare. They're everywhere, disguised as charm, confidence, or intellect. They live in the arguments that leave you drained, in the debates you never truly lost but somehow feel defeated by. They whisper in the tone of someone who insists they're right when all they've done is confuse you. But what if you could see them? What if, instead of being a target, you could become untouchable? What if every hidden move had a name and every trick had an antidote? Because awareness, real awareness, was power. And once you learn to recognize these 10 tricks, you'll begin to see through manipulation like smoke dissolving in sunlight. The world won't change overnight. People will still lie, distort, and deceive. But you will stand differently, calm, clear, unshaken. This isn't just philosophy. It's protection. It's clarity in a world built to confuse you. And it begins right now. Chapter 1. The Fog of Words. They speak with such confidence that you almost feel guilty for not understanding them. Their sentences twist like smoke, elegant, abstract, full of words that sound intelligent but mean nothing. They'll say, "Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that," or "You wouldn't quite get it unless you've studied this." And just like that, they shift the ground beneath your feet. This is the fog. Confusion disguised as intellect. A verbal mist meant to make you lose your sense of direction so they can lead you where they want. But here's the truth. Clarity is strength. Real intelligence simplifies. It doesn't complicate. The wise don't hide behind vocabulary. They reveal truth through simplicity. When someone clouds your mind with words, don't chase them into the fog. Ask for light instead. Ask for precision. Because whoever refuses clarity fears exposure. Chapter 2. The Straw Phantom. They can't win against your real argument, so they build a weaker version and set it on fire. You say one thing, they repeat something else. You point north. They accuse you of wanting to destroy the compass. This is the straw man, the illusion of debate without the honesty of engagement. It's not about finding truth. It's about making you look foolish. You'll know it's happening when someone says, "So what you're really saying is," and then proceeds to describe something you never said. The defense? Refuse to fight ghosts. Calmly return to your original point. Repeat it clearly. Truth doesn't need aggression. It needs repetition. Every time you correct distortion, you pull the curtain away from the phantom they built and force them to face the real you. Chapter 3. The Mask of Outrage. They raise their voice. They act offended. They twist emotion into a weapon. When logic starts cornering them, they flood the room with heat, anger, mockery, ridicule. They make you feel like the villain for simply asking for evidence. This is not passion. It's performance. Because emotion, when used strategically, has a chilling effect. It silences rational minds. Schopenhauer knew this trick well. He said, "When you are losing, make your opponent angry." The goal is to pull you out of reason, into reaction. But don't fight fire with fire. When they burn hot, stay cold. When they shout, lower your tone. Let the calmness itself become your weapon, because nothing disarms manipulation faster than someone who refuses to be dragged into chaos. Chapter 4. The Authority Trap. They lean back, cross their arms and say, "I've been doing this longer than you." Or, "That's not how experts see it." And suddenly you hesitate. Because we're trained to bow to authority. We associate age, title, or status with truth. But power doesn't equal wisdom. This is the authority trap. When arguments run thin, They hide behind credentials. But the mind that blindly follows rank loses its own voice. Every dictator, every manipulator, every false teacher thrives on that obedience. The counter move? Question authority respectfully but firmly. Don't ask, "Who are you to say that?" Ask, "What evidence supports that?" The truth doesn't need prestige. It stands on its own 2 feet. Chapter 5. The question that wounds. They ask questions that aren't really questions. They're traps. Why do you always overreact? So you admit you don't care about the truth? Each question carries an accusation hidden inside it. Answering means you've already accepted the premise. It's a subtle form of psychological warfare, manipulation disguised as conversation. So what do? You don't defend yourself inside their frame. You break the frame entirely. Respond with, "That's an interesting assumption. Why do you think that?" You flip the mirror, and suddenly the hunter becomes the hunted. Because a question can wound, but only if you stand still and bleed. Keep moving. Keep questioning the question itself. Chapter 6. The mirror illusion. They accuse you of the very thing they're doing. They gaslight your reality, and the moment you defend yourself, you look guilty. This is projection, perhaps the most insidious of all manipulative tactics. They transfer their own darkness onto you so they can stay clean. A liar calls you dishonest. A manipulator says you're manipulative. A coward calls you afraid. The moment you start proving your innocence, you've already lost, because you've accepted their version of reality. The only escape is awareness. Don't argue against the mirror. Step away from it. Let time reveal reflection for what it is. The truth always catches up. It just walks slower. Chapter 7. The whisper of consensus. Everyone agrees. You're the only one who thinks that. They weaponize belonging, the most primal human need. We're tribal creatures. To be rejected is to feel unsafe. So when someone frames your idea as against the crowd, it triggers survival fear. You shrink. You conform. This is how entire societies are controlled, not by violence, but by the illusion of majority. But truth has never been a democracy. It doesn't need votes to exist. It only needs courage to speak. The antidote is solitude of thought, the willingness to stand alone until others see what you saw first. Because every idea that changed the world began as a whisper no one believed. Chapter 8. The false victory. They smile halfway through the discussion and say, "See, that proves my point." But it doesn't. They simply decide they've won because appearances are more powerful than conclusions. The false victory trick plays on social pressure. Most people don't challenge it. They nod to avoid tension, and the illusion becomes accepted truth. Schopenhauer saw this centuries ago. In debate, whoever appears victorious often wins more than whoever is correct. But truth doesn't bow to applause. If you feel truth in your bones, even when the crowd claps for the other, hold your ground. Because fake triumphs fade fast under time's light. But real truth, even when whispered, echoes for generations. Chapter 9. The last word. Syndrome. They can't stand silence. So they fill it. They repeat, reframe, restate, until exhaustion sets in. This is not conversation. It's erosion. The manipulator knows that most people crave peace more than truth. So they weaponize persistence. If they keep talking, eventually you'll stop. And silence to them means victory. But you owe no one the last word. You owe yourself peace. Sometimes the strongest reply is none at all. Walk away, not because you're defeated, but because you've seen the pattern. The last word isn't the loudest one spoken. It's the calm that follows when you stop responding. Chapter 10. The silent blade. When all else fails, they drop the mask. They attack you, not your ideas, your credibility, your intelligence, your worth. This is the final resort of manipulation. When logic fails, cruelty begins. They'll say things that slice deep because pain distracts you from reason. And in that moment of defense, you forget the truth you were protecting. This is why emotional resilience is the highest form of strength. Not coldness, not detachment, but calm rooted in self-worth. If you know who you are, no insult can unmake you. If you stand firm in inner truth, no blade can cut you. When someone attacks your character instead of your argument, they've already surrendered the battlefield of reason. And you? you've already won. Silently. The light beyond the tricks. Every trick you've just learned is a piece of the human condition. We all use them sometimes, out of fear, insecurity, or pride. But awareness changes everything. The moment you start to see these patterns, conversations shift. You no longer react, you observe. You no longer defend, you discern. That's the awakening Schopenhauer offered. A way to walk through the noise of manipulation without losing your center. The world will keep trying to bend truth, but you now know where it breaks. So the next time someone clouds your mind, builds a phantom, or wields emotion as a weapon, pause, smile, see through it, because every trick loses its power the moment you call it by its name.